Cosmos Soccer is a feature presentation of Television Sports USA, the Mislu Television Network. Live from Metropolitan Stadium, Bloomington, Minnesota, the champion Cosmos meet the Minnesota Kicks. Cosmos Soccer is brought to you by the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company as another major event in the Schaefer Circle of Sports. Schaefer, the one beer to have when you're having more than one. Big is, a lot of people said Vancouver. I think it's this Minnesota Kick Club right now behind the Cosmos.
As we've been saying all night long, and the papers have been saying here in Minnesota, these could very well be the two best teams in the North American Soccer League. We know for sure that the two best franchises, as indicated by their great attendances. All right, the Cosmos in white uniforms now with the ball. This is Stevie Hunt at his own 35-yard line to Franz. There's Minnesota close marking. Formoso now giving to Giorgio Chinaglia at midfield. Chinaglia's ball goes over the head of Bogicevic. The reason we're calling him Bogicevic, we've been calling him Bogicevic all year long. Howard and I talked to Bogi in the hotel, and we asked him how he wanted to pronounce. He said he didn't care, but we didn't accept that. You know, I don't think there's anything worse than mispronouncing somebody's name. We asked him what he wanted. He said Bogicevic, so he's got it. We'll call him Bogey. All right, along the left side now, attacking Minnesota Kicks. Here's the cross and Jackie Brand easily. So, Howard, I think Jackie Brand's become our TV goalie now. We had him on television in Toronto, and here he is in Minnesota.
Alan Willie was right in front of the crease, right in front of the goal mouth. Number 9 for the Minnesota Kicks. Watch him. He is dangerous right in front of the cage.
No doubt about it. He's got 14 goals, and by the way, he's dynamite with either foot, and he's a good header of the ball. So they'll play to him a lot tonight. 14 goals for Mr. Willie. He and Chinaglia, the two top goal getters in the North American Soccer League. Flanagan has 13 for New England. Like Cosmos building down the middle of the field. This is Bogicevic. Bogey with the ball at midfield. Looking, and he's got Franz Beckenbauer, slides by. Here's Captain Werner Roth to pass to Denny Tuort. Tuort got around his man, coming toward the penalty area. Here's Denny Tuort being fought off the ball. No foul called by the official. Tuort gets it back. Here's the cross. Bogey cannot handle the cross, and it's cleared out. Terry Garber with the ball now. Cosmos attacking early on. And the return back heel from Bogicevic does now work. Howard, I think we ought to talk about this baseball infield here because it'll cause some problems to the teams.
As you look down the other end of the field, looking there at Jackie Brand, quick release, you'll see the pitcher's mound on this baseball stadium, which has an artificial surface on it. Obviously, they have reduced the size of the pitcher's mound. Otherwise, it would be a very dangerous situation.
All right, Terry Garber to Carlos Alberto, thinking offense. Now his chip up the right wing to Iarussi. Iarussi in the penalty area, and it's cleared out of there by Alan Merrick. He's a good one. He's the captain. Alan Merrick and Steve Litt will be the two guys in the middle there. Outside, they've got an American youngster, Vogel, from Hartwick. It'll be interesting to see whether the Cosmos will go at him early. Here is Vogel right now with Stevie Hunt. Vogel wins it in the air. Ace Net Solenge. Stevie Hunt knocked it away momentarily, and here comes Ace. Net Solenge, really an exciting player. They love him here. Crowd is going to be in the neighborhood of 40,000 tonight. All right, here comes the cross in front, and Formoso heads it away. There's going to be some great matchups here tonight, and we'll be talking about them as we go along. Pass for Vogel, goes over the sideline, a Cosmo throw-in. Howard?
Not only will be a classic matchup of two exciting teams, but the Minnesota Kicks like to play soccer, and that plays somewhat into the Cosmos' hands. They like to play against teams that like to use a lot of skill.
Well, these teams are very similar in many ways. Now, Alan West, who's their midfield general, he's their Beckenbauer type, is not playing tonight. He sustained a sprained ankle against Washington a couple of weeks ago. But they've got a good bench like the Cosmos as well, so they can play with injuries. All right, Denny Tuort now cross feeling the ball, getting it for Stevie Hunt. Now, here's one of the matchups, Hunt against Vogel. Now a pass for Bogey is knocked away. Tuort got it back again, but Steve Litt made the interception. Now the big center back comes up. And there's a good play by Iarussi. He knocked the ball away from Alan Willie. Willie wears number 9. And tonight they made another move in the lineup, which is interesting. They put Ron Futcher in the game, so they took one of their wingers out for Futcher. Now, Futcher has been very unhappy because he was the second leading scorer on this club last year with 13 goals, and he hasn't been playing. So tonight, Freddie Goodman's got Futcher and Willie in there, and they can both knock it in the net. All right, now Nesselenge going with Stevie Hunt. And there's going to be a foul against Stevie Hunt. The referee called a foul on Stevie Hunt. Now, he's not going to believe it.
Stevie had a rough go of it on Sunday in front of the home crowd. They really got on his case, and he's out to prove something tonight by having a good match.
That's an offside call. So we have no score in this game. We have played 40 minutes and 5 seconds as we see the Cosmos getting ready to bring it upfield. Howard?
Elsewhere in the NASL, Dallas is playing at Philadelphia. The Dallas Tornado leads Philadelphia 1-0. Len Cantella with a goal at 5.5 minutes into the game.
That's a big game for Minnesota as well because they lead Dallas by, I believe it's 13 points. So that's a big game. They'll be looking for the result of that. Right now they're concerned with the Cosmos who come up the field. Denny Tuort. Let's see if Stevie can get it. He does. All right, Stevie Hunt now going with the ball. Here's a long cross by Hunt. It goes over the head of Quinaya. Knocked back by Willie Morgan. Now, Willie Morgan is 34-year-old Scott. He's basically a winger, but they're playing him in the midfield tonight in place of Alan West.
Willie Morgan is also playing somewhat hampered. He has a thigh bruise, and it was questionable whether or not he would even get to play tonight.
Willie Morgan's an international-type player, a lot of experience. He can play, no doubt about it. Cosmos break it up with a good defensive play of Terry Garbutt. Here's Franz Beckenbauer with the ball. Now to Iarushi. What a good job he's done with Bobby Smith out with that knee problem. Here's a good pass to Stevie Hunt. Now he and Vogel going after each other. Stevie takes it to the outside. Here's a cross. Tuort is there. Tuort, a great save. Knocked toward the goal, and it's knocked off the line. Cosmos inches short of scoring there.
Alan Merrick made the big save for the Minnesota Kicks. Right on the line, as you call the Jim, and the Cosmos inches away from taking the lead.
All right, a foul against Iarushi now. Now watch the great pass by Hunt. It goes over the defender's head, taken down by Tuort. The great save. Now the ball comes loose. Tuort got the deflection off Merrick. Looked like it was going in a goal. And Steve Litt knocked it off the line. Merrick deflected it first, and then Litt came back and knocked it off the line. Great defense. And what a great pass by Stevie Hunt. So from Bloomington, Minnesota, the Cosmos and the Kicks, no score. You're watching Cosmos soccer.
Minutes remaining first half. There is no score on the match. Cosmos and the Minnesota Kicks. Howard David together with Jim Caravellis. Sunday, Father's Day. You remember a year ago, Father's Day. 62,000 fans plus jammed in a Giant Stadium. The Washington Diplomats provide the opposition this coming Sunday. Order your tickets now at 212-265-8600 for the Diplomats and the Cosmos on Sunday.
All right, here's Charlie George to Willie. Nice pass to Ace, and he sits it up the bar. Ace Nesselinka, good play there. George to Willie. He laid it off for Ace coming through. That's a number to call for tickets for Sunday's game and future Cosmos games. By the way, the Cosmos will be playing their first Wednesday night home game of the year. Wednesday against the Colorado Caribous. Dave Clemens comes back to the stadium along with Bobby Rohrback, some ex-Cosmos. And you remember our television game from Colorado was some ball game. The Cosmos won it barely. All right, here are the Cosmos attacking. This is Denny Tuort now going against Tony Wan, a couple of wily Englishmen. Now here's Tuort still with the ball. He takes him to the outside. Here's the cross, and it's punched over the bar. Quinaya was there, so was Stevie Hunt. And Giorgio unhappy. Now watch Dennis Tuort, the magic of Dennis Tuort. Great moves. He got to the outside. Now his beautiful cross comes over here. And the header by Quinaya is deflected. It looked like it was deflected off Litt, not the goalkeeper.
I think Jeff Barnett made a very good move in intimidating Giorgio to get in so close, because Giorgio could not head the ball down so close to the cage.
All right, Minnesota with the ball now, and there's no score in the game. Jim Caravellis and Howard David from Bloomington, Minnesota, the Cosmos and the Kicks. All right, this is Fletcher with the ball. Tim Twellman, a young American youngster from St. Louis. Now here's another American, Vogel, from Soccer Crazy Hardwick. They won the NCAA title. They provided the league with a lot of players. Here's a shot knocked down by Alberto. Garbutt plays it off to Iarushi. The Cosmos trying to build out of their own zone. Denny Tuort. Ace knocked it away, and it's picked off finally by Minnesota. And now the play by Werner Roth, but now Minnesota dangerous. Watch the Dodger here. That is Alan Woolley, and it was knocked out of bounds. He and Alberto went with it. Carlos Alberto, the safety man, always moving in the back, picking up stray people. He doesn't have anybody in particular. Whoever looks dangerous, that's Carlos Alberto's man.
And I'll tell you something, Bogicevic made a tremendous move defensively in covering for Werner Roth, who was trying to mark Ace coming down the right side. And Bogicevic saw that Werner was caught out of position. He quickly got into where Werner should have been and covered up very well.
All right, Cosmos moving now with the Arushi along the right side. Here's a good ball to Denny Tuitt on the right. And it's tackled out of bounds. He's checking there was to Canaglia down there, not Tuitt. Giorgio running along the right wing, and now Giorgio comes up with a corner kick. Let's see if they want Giorgio to take it. Not very often you see Giorgio taking corner kicks. He gets a good corner away, though. Comes outside the box and cleared by the Minnesota kicks. And now watch Werner Roth watching Fletcher. Fletcher gets the ball. Werner Roth comes to get him again. Fletcher, good ball work. There's a header and a great save by Brand. What a save by Jackie Brand. A tremendous save.
You know, Alan Woolley applauded Jackie Brand for that save.
Tremendous save by Jackie Brand. What reflexes on the line. Now they say the ball went over the sideline, and it's going to be a throw-in, I believe. Or are they going to call a corner kick? Throw-in. All right, here's Vogel with the ball. Stevie Hunt tackles him. Minnesota still with it. Willie Morgan. Garbett knocks it away. Morgan still with the ball. Chips it in the box. And it's headed out of there by Iarushi. Minnesota applying pressure now. Now they play it all the way back to the midfield. Alan Merrick, the captain, into the box for Fletcher. And it's Carlos Alberto with the ball. Cosmos under pressure now. Iarushi, a good header to Tuitt. And a great return to Iarushi. And the Cosmos run the other way. Denny Tuitt and Iarushi have worked it up the field now. Denny Tuitt against Charlie George. A brilliant pass to Bogey. Bogey to Stevie Hunt. Cosmos building beautifully. The pass knocked down by Vogel. Stevie Hunt with the ball. Trying to beat Vogel and did not. Now they play it back to Ace. Steve stole it. Shot goal! Steve Hunt, what an effort! That was all Steve Hunt.
Goal number 7 for Stevie Hunt. We talked about him beginning of the game. The crowd got on his case at Giant Stadium on Sunday. Look at it again.
All right, now watch this. Vogel had made the play. Now he's coming back. He'll play it to Ace. Now Ace should have gotten rid of the ball, just cleared it. But he stuck around with it, tried to play with it, and Stevie Hunt took advantage. Now watch the shot. That's not the easiest shot either. He's got to chip it over the goalkeeper. He knocked it in the goal. So Stevie Hunt, an opportunistic goal. And from Bloomington, Minnesota, it's now the Cosmos 1, Minnesota nothing. Only to Minnesota, and I must tell you, it's a very questionable call. They call Iarushi for knocking down Minnesota in the box. Charlie George will take it against Jackie Brand. All right, Charlie George against Jackie Brand, and Brand making him wait. 1-0 Cosmos, but that could change right now. Here it comes. Go. Charlie George. Goal number 6. Iarushi was in the box watching the defender. The ball went over the defender's head, and the defender went down, and they called a penalty shot, and I cannot believe it. And that's not being a homer. I'm telling you, it was a bad call.
Correction on the goal scorer for Charlie George. That was his 4th goal of the year. He now has 10 points. Charlie George came into Minnesota with a lot of publicity as being a flamboyant Georgie Best style. And the writers here in Minnesota were very shocked to learn it is a very introverted gentleman off the field.
All right, now they've called a foul against Minnesota. Now Beckenbauer, you see him talking to the official. He's talking about the penalty. That's what he's talking about. He's still talking about it. It's a 1-1 soccer game now. Alberto plays it to Bogey, knocked away by Alan Merrick. And now cleared, and here comes the Dodger, Mr. Willie. Alan Woolley. They call him the Dodger. Very cute, very quick. And he can knock it in the net, ladies and gentlemen. By Minnesota now at the Cosmo 35-yard line. Charlie George, the penalty kick goal scorer. Ronnie Fletcher.
This is 1.
Right. As soon as we get a chance, we're going to show you the penalty kick goal again, and also the Cosmos goal. Here's the Iarushi to Carlos Alberto to Terry Garbett. Back to Iarushi, and a good pass to Denny Tuitt.
Giorgio at 75 Rockefeller Plaza in New York, 10019. For information about Giorgio Chinaglia's Royal Soccer Academy, Royal Soccer Camp.
All right, Minnesota with the ball in the middle of the field. That's Tim Twellman. Now on the left to Tony Watt, the left fullback who's thinking attack. Charlie George. Twellman now. This is Charlie George, number 12. Minnesota building very smoothly. Pass for Willie's broken up by Werner Roth again. Back to the Cosmos captain. And now here's Carlos Alberto to Stevie Hunt. Good soccer. Bogey. Back to Franz. Ace on Franz. Leaves it for Carlos. Look out. Futcher behind him. Broken up. Santiago Formosa at the Futcher. We're going to have a 3-on-1 break. Go! Ron Futcher. And a defensive lapse by the Cosmos. And Minnesota converts on a 3-on-1 break. And Ron Futcher got the goal. Let's watch it again. Let's see how this happened. Santiago tried to clear the ball, but it came off Charlie George. Now Futcher and Werner Roth is the only man back as Santiago's trying to get in position. He got around Roth. Brand had to do this. He had to come out and cut the angle, and Futcher took it well. So now Minnesota has gone up 2-1. Bogey in front for Giorgio, and it's broken up nicely by Want. Alan Woolley to Futcher now. Minnesota coming the other way. What a soccer game this has been so far. A lot of times, Howard, you get two great teams and you get a dog. We're not getting a dog here tonight. They're playing like the two best clubs in the league. Now a foul on Woolley, backing into Werner Roth. Howard?
This is as advertised, Jim. Minnesota has the second best regular season record in the North American Soccer League, second only to the Cosmos.
All right, Denny Tuort now. Here's his move to the outside. His cross is blocked to the sideline by Steve Litt. Dennis Tuort, brilliant again here tonight. Those great quick moves into Stevie Hunt, the goal scorer for the Cosmos. Here's his cross, knocked by Chinaglia, and they're going to call a foul on Giorgio. Giorgio running into Barnett. Chinaglia ran into the goalkeeper. Let's watch it again. Here's Stevie Hunt's cross. Now here's Giorgio trying to get his foot on it before the goalkeeper. He didn't run into the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper grabbed his foot. All right, back to the live action. 19:35 to play in the first half, and Minnesota leads 2-1. High-scoring affair. Charlie George. Minnesota has scored 29 goals now in the year. Willie's got 14 of them. Formosa knocked it away out of bounds. So the goals tonight have been a direct result of defensive mistakes. Direct result.
You know, both clubs are not, you would expect two heavyweights like these two to come out a little tense. They're going out there and freewheeling it, freelancing it, and playing wide open, skillful soccer.
And here's the cross. Futcher has it headed away, but it's picked up by Charlie George. Now Beckenbauer picks up Charlie George. He gets rid of it to Futcher. Here's Garbutt and the Cosmos counterattacking quickly to Beckenbauer. Here's Franz, a long, beautiful pass to Denny Tuort on the right. Tuort operating on both wings here tonight. Here's Tuort to the outside on Merrick. Here's his cross and headed away by Litt. Steve Litt was there. All right, now to Beckenbauer on the throw-in. Franz coming in the box to Terry Garbutt. Garbutt leaves it now for Franz. Chips it for Bogey. Bogicevic. Now to Terry Garbutt in the box. Garbutt's pass. Chinaglia. Great save. What a save by Barnett. Giorgio had it going toward the corner, and Barnett one-handed it. Watch this. Incredible.
They say that one of Giorgio's weaknesses is that he's not that strong in the air, right? That was a point of just a great save.
It's a 2-1 soccer game now. The Cosmos trail Minnesota. Cosmos scored first with Stevie Hunt, but then a penalty kick by Minnesota tied it. Minnesota went on top and a goal by Futcher. Beckenbauer's pass over the head of Quinaglia. 17:40 to play in the first half. Jim Carvelis and Howard David. Bloomington, Minnesota, a big crowd. Now a ball over the sideline. From Bloomington, the kicks to Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer. 16:15 to go in the game, and the kicks lead the Cosmos 2-1. Howard David.
Talk about a matter of inches. That just cleared the bar by, I would say, less than a foot. Sunday, big day for the Cosmos. The Washington Diplomats come to town on Father's Day. Last year, 62,000 plus for Father's Day. You can order your tickets now as you are watching this game by calling 212-265-8600 for ticket reservations. Sunday's game, Cosmos and the Diplomats.
All right now it's the Cosmos and the Minnesota Kicks, and the Kicks are on top 2-1. Cosmos haven't been behind too many times this year, Howard. Now the ball over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Jack Brand with 15.5 minutes to play in the first half.
You could probably count that on the fingers of one hand, how many times they've been behind early in the game like this. Minnesota Kicks are dynamite, and they've proved it thus far in the match with still 15:20 to play in the half.
All right, Stevie Hunt now from Formosa. He's just across the midfield line. Now to Franz Beckenbauer at midfield. Franz now trying to weave his way. Good pass for Giorgio. Nice pass for Hunt, and it goes over the top. Stevie Hunt drilled it over the top, and a goal kick coming up.
Jim, you wonder what the reaction of the ball coming off the skin surface as opposed to the grass surface.
It's difficult. It really is. It's difficult for the players, too, to be running on grass and then all of a sudden be on dirt.
What about taking the shot off the skin as opposed to the grass?
Well, the ball actually you can get a lot of spin on the ball. It's like a golf shot. You know, if you hit it off hard pan, you can actually put more spin on it, but I'm not so sure they want more spin. I would think, Howard, it would be almost like playing off AstroTurf.
Might even be tougher.
Might even be tougher. All right, Alan Merrick. Here's a nice ball to the overlapping fullback, Vogel now. Sandy comes to pick him up. Vogel gets it on his left side. Now tries to go the other way. Sandy's playing pretty good position there.
Charlie George.
Now there's Charlie George with a fine pass. Vogel's shot didn't have much on it. Vogel coming on the offense that time. Bogey has it broken up. Bogey hustles back to get it back. Bogachevic about 5 yards shy of the midfield line in Cosmo zone. Plays it for Terry Garbett, and Terry gets it back to Carlos Alberto, who gets it for Santiago Formosa. We've got a lot of good passing, good scoring opportunities, beautiful passing. It's been a good soccer game, no doubt about it. Franz Beckenbauer. There's the time remaining in the first half. And over the head of Stevie Hunt. From Bloomington, Minnesota, the Kicks 2, the Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer. All right, still 2-1. Minnesota on top. We have 12 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the game. Cosmos attacking. Bogicevic had it knocked down. Bogey got it back to Franz. Cosmos outside the 35 of Minnesota. Back to Denny Tuart. Tuart against Ace Nesselenge. Beats him. Now he beats Vogel. Give and go. Here's Tuart's pass in front. Knocked down by Steve Litt. Boy, what great passing we've seen tonight. Both clubs. This is world-class type soccer tonight. And now a foul has been called. Merrick foul Quinaglia.
This is a great game for the youngsters to watch. If there was ever an advertisement for an exciting soccer match, this is it.
All right, here's a shot, and it hit the post and came right back to Merrick. A shot by Hunt, hit the post, and it came right back to the goalkeeper. And Minnesota's coming again. Fletcher has it knocked over the far sideline. Watch it again. Stevie Hunt drilled a shot. Barnett, it slipped by him, but it hit the post, and watch it bounce right back to him.
Somebody's smiling at him tonight from up above.
Here's Santiago Formosa, bad pass. Nesselenge intercepted. Jim Twelman with the ball at midfield. Time remaining 11 minutes unofficially in the first half. Tony Watt. Now a give and go back for Watt is picked off by Terry Garbett, who races the other way. Now to Bogey. Bogey, a good pass to Iarushi along the right. Iarushi now. Good move in the box. Iarushi shot is saved. Nice effort, though, by Iarushi attacking along the right wing.
You know, you wonder if Iarusha should have even taken the shot. He had 3 of the most prolific scorers in the NASL right in front of the cage. Bogicevic, Tuert, and Quinalha.
Well, you know, a lot of times, Howard, what happens is Jeff Barnett has really been under the gun tonight, but he leads 2-1. What happens is that the goalkeeper is thinking exactly what you're thinking. He says, I got to look out for Tuert, Quinalha, and sometimes he'll take his eye off that guy, anticipating a cross, and sometimes you can slip it in. I think that's what Iarusha was looking for. He probably says, he ain't figuring I'm going to shoot the ball. All right. Willie Morgan, and it went over the goal line. Over the goal line. So the Cosmos will get a goal kick. That does not count. Howard?
A lot of fans give the Cosmos a great deal of support. Of course, tonight on the NASL, Dallas, Philadelphia, Tulsa, California. Dallas is leading Philadelphia's Fury 1-0. Len Cantello got a goal early in the first half to give the Tornado the lead. Cosmos wish to thank the continued support of Safe Auto Sales. We still have 9:50 to play here in the first half. Bloomington, Minnesota at beautiful Metropolitan Stadium, and a great night here in Bloomington. Cosmos trail Minnesota 2-1.
All right, Alberto's pass, not a very good one that time. He tried to get Iarusha. He was going again along the right side. And Giorgio Quinalha, who leads the league in scoring and in goals scored with 17. And we told you we have possibly the 2 best center forwards in the league going tonight. There's a pass by George, and Alberto made the great interception. They were going for Willie that time. Here's Giorgio, and Merrick broke it up. The difference between Willie and Quinalha really is, as I see it, Willie is a great goal scorer like Giorgio, but Quinalha has 7 assists. Willie has none. Bogicevic. And here's Beckenbauer in his own box. Time remaining 8:55 in the first half. Bad pass, Beckenbauer. Fletcher picks it off. Fletcher trying to beat Formoso. And Santiago made a good play. Gave away a corner. But he made a good play, though, to keep Fletcher away from the ball. That's the kind of pass that's very unlikely from Franz Beckenbauer.
Listen, even the great ones make a mistake every now and again. He's as close to being perfect, though, as you
know
can
what
get.
I think it is? When Beckenbauer makes a mistake, you're so surprised you remember it. All right, on the corner kick. Willie Morgan takes it. Beckenbauer chest in the box. And now Franz comes back with a perfect pass and gets it back from Stevie Hunt. Beckenbauer now running. Steve Litt cut him off, though, and stopped his run. Now here's a pass for Bogey, and he is held by Litt. So the Cosmos will get a free kick from right around the 35 of Minnesota. And time ticks away, 7:57 to go in the first half. Franz puts it in play to Stevie Hunt. Hunt against Vogel again. Hunt goes to the left. Here's his cross. Barnett punched it out. Cosmos will get it, though. Beckenbauer at the 35. See where they go now. Minnesota packing up the defense. Denny Tuert does the Cosmos, spread it to the outside. Tuert in the box, outside the box. Here's his chip. Bogey's open. He gets it to Werner Roth. It's deflected away. Stevie Hunt comes in. It's snapped away by Litt. What action in front of the goal. That's the link day. And here comes the Minnesota counterattack to Alan Willie. In Cosmo zone now along the right wing. Back to Nezelinke. Nezelinke. Beckenbauer knocked it away momentarily from Willie Morgan. Here's Alan Willie with the ball. They give him room. He goes to Charlie George. George. Beckenbauer headed away. Garvin heads it. And a shot went over the top. By that time, the goalkeeper, Jack Brand, was indecisive. He didn't know whether to come out at Alan Willie or stay back, and Willie is down. He didn't know, Howard, whether to come out and get the ball or lay back on the line, and as a result, he was in between, and that's dangerous.
I don't think that Alan Willie was hurt. I think he was just frustrated.
Now, see what I was talking about here. Now, here comes Willie's pass to Charlie George. George. Now, the ball's being volleyed around like a volleyball. Now, watch this. You see Brand started to come out, and then he was going back, and he was right in between, and he almost paid for it. All right. Quinalha now is knocked down outside the penalty area. They're going to call a free kick for the Cosmos. Now, Litt can't believe it.
George Courtney, the referee in tonight's match, was very indecisive on the call. As a matter of fact, it was a late call. It was a valid call, but it was a little late.
He called it late. You're right. but he called the penalty right away. All right, let's see what the Cosmos do in the free kick. You know, Franz has scored 2 goals off free kicks. He chips it in the box, and the Cosmos are going to be told to do it again. Franz loves to do that. He loves to put it in play right away. There was Bogey. They had the set play going. Franz chipped it over, Pelé style, and Bogey was there.
I know Franz was pretty successful doing that in the '74 World Cup. Same style.
All right, let's see if Franz hits this one now. Here's Alberto directing traffic.
He's telling him to build a wall and move back 10 yards.
He's directing a concert. All right, here's Franz. Bangs it into the wall. Bangs it into the wall again. Alberto to Denny Tuort. Tuort, look at the moves on Denny Tuort. Finally knocked away. I believe it hit Tuort last. No, they'll give it to the Cosmos. Time remaining 5:09. Formoso there will throw it in. Into Denny Tuort. Cosmos down 2-1. Tuort. And intercepted by Neselenke. And Minnesota has broken up the Cosmos attack. Willie Morgan now, speedy little winger playing at midfield. And a good play by Terry Garbett. And the Cosmos get it back with 4:45. And out of Bogey. Bogey, Cosmos at midfield with Garbett. And the linesman said the ball was out of bounds. From Bloomington, Minnesota, the Cosmos trail the kicks 2-1. You're watching Cosmos all night long. Let's see if he keeps going that way. Now he gets it over on his right side. Play it back to Garbett. Garbett loses the ball. Try to get too fancy with Twellman. I guess you watch Denny Tuort do that to everybody, and you figure, well, I'll try one too. The difference is that Tuort is just fantastically quick with that. He just does it so quickly, he freezes you. Bogey trying to tackle Neselenke. Referee says play on. That's a good call. It was continuation. Werner Roth. There's the ball in the area. It's going to be a foul against Minnesota. It's again Futcher. They say Futcher was backing into Beckenbauer.
Number 18, Ron Futcher.
I get a feeling I'm watching carbon paper out there tonight, Jim. 2 clubs that play so similar. It really is unbelievable.
And the similarity is that they both play outstanding soccer, and maybe that's why they lead the league in attendance by far. Okay, with the ball, this is Werner Roth. And out of Santi. Got away from the tackle of Futcher. 3 minutes to play in the half. Carlos Alberto now looking. Good pass to Garbett to the 35 of Minnesota. He's taken down, and the referee's going to call a foul on Charlie George.
I think
Charlie George.
Charlie's going to get a yellow card. Charlie George is going to get a yellow card, a caution warning. 2 yellow cards, and it's bye-bye for the night. Take another look at it.
All right, here it is. Well, from that angle, we couldn't really tell whether he hit him or not. Really.
Here is Beckenbauer.
But the way Beckenbauer is smiling at Garbett, I really wonder. Here's Alberto's cross. Denny Tuort chance, knocked away. It's in front. Iarushi headed over the bar. What a save by Merritt. Iarushi was right there, headed the ball toward goal. Watch this. This is incredible. Here's the cross. Barnett came out. Kinaya gave him trouble. Tuort trying to bring it under control. Had it knocked away by Vogel. Now watch Iarushi with a great header. It's going in the goal. No, Merrick is there. Incredible action. Right, back to the action now. The Cosmos in the box. Here's a shot just over the top by Werner Roth. And the Cosmos miss by inches. Werner Roth now, as the Cosmos continue to attack, and watch him hook the ball. Ball curving. And just over the bar.
Oh.
Incredible. From Bloomington, Minnesota, the kicks 2, the Cosmos 1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer. From behind, and the referee says quit arguing. Time remaining now, 27 seconds on the clock. The ball is going to be hit off the infield part. Now the referee's stopping the clock. He's saying, I don't want this thing stalled out, so they stop the clock at 23 seconds.
You know, Charlie George has already been hit with 1 yellow card, and now there's a yellow card. I think it's been tagged against the Cosmos.
For arguing. I don't know what Tuort is arguing about. I really can't understand what he's arguing about. The referee stopped the clock. The Cosmos couldn't have been arguing that that he was in the box, because he was not.
Yellow card violation against the Cosmos. Stewart.
Twellman actually got him from behind, Howard. That's who. Here's Kenaya's shot, hit the wall, goes over. The Cosmos going to get a corner kick if they can get it away. They've only got 14 seconds, and they can't get the ball back.
Jeff Barnett got a little cute and knocked the ball further away.
They're going to have to hurry now. They're against the clock. 7 seconds. Here comes the corner. It's going to be Dennis Stewart's shot, deflected over the sideline. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the greatest first half.
That Baltimore beat Boston this afternoon 8-7, the Yankee and Tiger game in a rain delay situation. Nonetheless, the Yankees are once again the American League East champions.
Well, these fans here have been treated to some game, and you, the television audience, and if you're just tuning our way, you really blew it when you missed the first half, but I think the second half will probably be just as good. Cosmos outshot them, doubled them, but the Cosmos really had some bad breaks. They hit the post a couple times and were victimized by some great saves by Jeff Barnett. Put a lot of pressure on, and Minnesota took their goal very well. Cosmos with the ball now. Here's Stevie Hunt breaking free. Bogey's running. They go to Giorgio. Giorgio trying to get it back to Stevie Hunt, and Vogel broke it up. The thing I love about this game is the pace, Howard. Each club, they're just taking it and rolling up the field. Very little slow play. They're just attacking, turning, and going. All right, here's Twellman making that box penetration. And Twellman has the ball, gets it back to Willie Morgan. Willie Morgan, nice pass. And the shot knocked down in there nicely, the cross by Werner Roth. Charlie George, a bad pass. Carlos Alberto now to Franz. Jim Carvelis and Howard David. Bloomington, Minnesota. Temperature now in the high 60s. A great night. And there's a great pass by Bogey. Here's a pass to Giorgio, who is offside. And there's no fault on that call. That's a good call.
Interesting. Giorgio Ginaldi, we look at there, has really had himself a year. He has scored he has scored in 4 of his last 5 games, leading the NASL with 17 goals. He has 51 career goals for the Cosmos in 54 games.
All right, here comes Minnesota now. This is their captain, Alan Merrick now, thinking offense. Good ball to Willie Morgan on the left. Iarushi comes to challenge, 35-yard line.
Morgan.
Willie Morgan. There's a pass from Fletcher to Willie. Shot. Great save by Brand. Great ball work there, too. Fletcher and Willie, a beautiful give and go. And look at this. And watch the save also. There's the pass from Fletcher to Willie. Willie's shot, and look at Brand's reaction with the left hand. Tremendous save. What a game. On the corner kick, high in front. Litt couldn't head the ball out toward the goal, and Stevie Hunt clears. Stewart and Tony Want battling, and now it's Werner Roth, and a whistle. Referee wanted to call a foul there. The linesman did, but he let the play go because the Cosmos regained possession. All right, here's Werner Roth to Bogey to Stewart. Look at Werner Roth, who's running in the penalty area. He's on the attack. And you're watching Dennis Stewart being triple teamed, and a foul. Foul. He's triple teamed that time by Want, Charlie George, and Fletcher. Sometimes you need 3 people on him. Here's Carlos Alberto now. He's the only man back, as the Cosmos have put 9 men inside the 35-yard line. There's Franz Beckenbauer. Let's see what Franz does with it. He's hit the wall a couple of times tonight. He hits it again. The loose ball comes to Bogey. Plays it to Garbett. Garbett to Franz. Franz has it stripped nicely. And here comes Minnesota with a counterattack. Willie's got Fletcher in front, but that's not a good pass. Fletcher was there. Willie, the pass not good. Minnesota has it with Twellman. Now they have Charlie George knocked down by Carlos Alberto. Carlos took it right in the back. Better in his back than in the back of the net. And knocked over the sideline by Stevie Hunt.
You know, Jim, you pointed out, the Cosmos had 9 men inside the 35-yard line back the other way. Carlos Alberto was the only one back, and the Cosmos almost got trapped in that sequence. They had a 3-on-1 against him.
Well, that shows you what Eddie Fermani told them at halftime. They're really going to come out on the offensive, and not that they weren't in the first half. Ace gets it in the box. Alberto clears it, but it's Merrick saving it, and here is Willie Morgan, 35-yard line of the Cosmos. Morgan now, Beckenbauer watches him. Give and go is beautiful. Cosmos break it up. And now the cross to Ace. Shot over the top. From Bloomington, Minnesota, the Cosmos trail Minnesota 2-1. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
Time remaining, 39 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the match. Minnesota leading the Cosmos by the score of 2-1. A final score from Philadelphia. The Dallas Tornadoes beating the Philadelphia Fury 1-0. That's 2 consecutive 1-0 defeats for the Philadelphia Fury. An expansion club, I think, that's playing pretty well.
They surely are. I think they have to be a little disappointed tonight because that was really a moral victory for them last Sunday, losing only 1-0 to the Cosmos in New York. I think they had their spirits up, and they lose to Dallas 1-0. There's Dallas, pretty good club too. Dallas chasing this Minnesota team. Santiago Formoso made the play in front of the goal, and they're going to let it go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Minnesota. Jim Carvelis and Howard David from Bloomington, Minnesota, watching a tremendous soccer game. Cosmos and the kicks. Well, Steve Caspers from NASL Marketing is here in our booth tonight. I'm sure he's hoping that he could get one of these games every time an NASL game was on hand. He wouldn't have any problem at all selling it. Tremendous game here tonight. Dom Flora also with us up here tonight. The Cosmos promotions, among other things. Franz Beckenbauer's pass for Giorgio, and Barnett read the pass.
World Cup Soccer 78.
Jeff Barnett, what a night he's had. Cosmos have bombarded him tonight, but he's only given up 1 goal, and that goal was a defensive mistake. Recapping the goals, if you're just tuning in, Stevie Hunt scored first. Then a penalty kick awarded to Minnesota that Charlie George took to tie it at 1. And then Futcher scored on a 3-on-1 break to make it 2-1. Here's Stevie Hunt being tackled off the ball by Vogel, and now Litt knocks it back to Jeff Barnett. 37-17 to play in regulation. One wonders now whether Minnesota's going to be content to try and sit on a 2-1 lead. I really think that that would be a mistake. I'm not sure they're going to want to do that. Because against the Cosmos, you don't want to try to sit on a 1-goal lead. And here comes Nesselenge. Over to Willie Morgan. Well, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, 6 guys inside the 35, so they're attacking here. Now here's Ace. Going to Futcher. And over the top by Willie. Futcher really missed the ball. And Willie almost knocked it in the goal. Now watch this. Futcher doesn't get all of this. See, he just kind of bounces it, but it bounced off that infield and bounced high in the air and gave Willie a chance for a header.
That's what we were talking about in the first half. The effects of that skin infield. The Minnesota Twins play their baseball games here, and of course they will be back here tomorrow night, so the field's got to be ready.
All right, here's Franz Beckenbauer now in his own zone, coming from midfield to Bogey. Bogacevic guarded by Merrick, back to Franz. Charlie George on him, and now to Denny Torrey, guarded by Litt. Minnesota, tough defensive club.
Waiting for Garbett.
Now Garbett, a good pass to Torrey. Here comes Denny Torrey in the box. Gets by a couple of people, has it knocked away, gets it back again. Iarushi give and go. Now they're going to call offside. They're going to call offside anyway. Cosmos had 2 men coming in on goal. The linesman called it. Now let's watch it. Is he offside? Let's watch it. Here's Torrey doing his thing now. I don't know how he got away from these people. I don't know. When the pass was made, he might have been onside, but keep in mind also that if the defender and the attacker are even, that's still offside. So it's a very close call. And the Cosmos didn't argue much about it, so it must have been a good call.
I tell you what, it was a very good likelihood that Bogicevic might have knocked Giorgio off his stride as he was going it toward the cage.
Well, it wouldn't have counted anyway. Here's Bogey getting away this time. Here's a long lead for Giorgio, but Litt handles it easily. And Alan Merrick now to Neselenke. Ace Neselenke. He's been in this league this is his 5th year. He played 2 years at Denver. And then that franchise was moved here in '76. And they love him here in Minnesota. Here comes Ace. And there's Alberto making the play. Carlos gets it to Bogey. Bogey and the Cosmos coming the other way down 2-1. What a pass to Giorgio. Giorgio, 2 men on him. Nice give to Iarushi. In front, cleared. Is it over the sideline or goal line? It's over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Cosmos. Tremendous crowd here tonight. Over 40, well over 40. We'll get the official attendance for you. Here's Beckenbauer. Now to Garbett outside the box. He bombs it, and it goes over the top. From Metropolitan Stadium here in Bloomington, Minnesota, the Cosmos trail Minnesota 2-1. You're watching Cosmos. All right, it's still a 2-1 game, Cosmos, but we have a corner kick coming up for the Minnesota Kicks. Willie Morgan will take it. Fletcher and Willie are in front along with Litt, their big center back, who's good in the air. Here it comes out, and it's headed out of there, almost headed out of there by Roth. Finally booted out by Bogicevic, but here's Ace Neselenke with the ball and Kinaya on him. Now they go back to Vogel. And now a long, good pass along the right wing. It's broken up by Bogey and knocked over the sideline by Minnesota. So the Cosmos will throw it into Alberto, and that's a tricky throw and a bad one. Willie almost stole it away. Santiago Formoso. Here's Santi now making penetration. Cross midfield. 35. Looking for the open man. It's Stewart. Knocked away from him by one. Neselenke, great speed. Watch him, but Tuort can run too. Tuort. Neselenke in the box. Alberto knocks it down. And they're going to call offside.
First half, Jim, Stevie Hunt was very much involved in the flow of the game. He has not been getting the balls hit in his direction thus far in the second half.
31-32 to play in the second half. 2-1 Minnesota on top. All the scoring in the first half. 2-1, a familiar score with these two clubs. Here's Beckenbauer in the box. Giorgio just hopped over his foot, and his cross is tackled over the goal line by Litt. That ball just hopped over Giorgio's foot. The pass from Beckenbauer. And Beckenbauer is going to take a corner kick. So Franz taking one tonight. Giorgio's taking one. 4th for the Cosmos. Here's Beckenbauer. Low line drive. Stevie Hunt trying to get to the ball. It's finally cleared out of there. Good corner by Franz, but why should that surprise me? All right, Garbett. Cosmos attacking. Shot knocked down. Came in the box to Alan Merrick. Merrick's everywhere. He's like Carlos Alberto, Howard. He always seems to be in the right spot at the right time. He headed one off the line tonight that could have been a goal, as Iarushi almost had a goal in the first half.
Similarities between these two clubs goes down man for man in style, in skill, in aggressiveness, and in goalkeeping.
Ace Neselenke. Minnesota now in Cosmo zone. Ace, a long lob that is punched away. You know, Alberto collided that time with Jack Brand. All right, Beckenbauer in midfield. Beautiful offensive game tonight. Here's Garbett around Ace. Nice move by Garbett. Now he's going to look to get the ball to Giorgio. Back to Terry Garbett. Giorgio didn't force it, didn't have the shot. We'll go cross field to Iarushi. Dennis Tuort's operating on the right wing. There he is standing on the right sideline. Now they'll go to Werner Roth. Look at the Cosmos pushing everybody forward. Kinaya is trying to get the ball from Bogey. Here's Stevie Hunt. He can't get the ball, and they call a foul. Now that time the foul hurts Minnesota because they had the advantage there. They had Vogel racing up the field, and they called a foul.
Come see this man play on Sunday. Franz Beckenbauer. Father's Day Sunday. Washington Diplomats the opposition. Order your tickets right now by calling 265-8600. 212-265-8600. Cosmos and Diplomats on Sunday.
All right, there's Alberto breaking it up, and Terry Garbett has it in good position. Now the Cosmos attacking. Cosmos going, Giorgio making a run. Garbett overran the ball. All right, Cosmos have it again. Santiago Formoso. So maybe This is exactly what Minnesota wants to do. They'll attack when they have a chance, but they're really back in a defensive posture now, and we'll see whether it's going to pay off with still 28:46 to play in the game. Now Stevie Hunt has the ball. Goes to his right, gets around Vogel. Bad pass. Tried to hit Tuert. Pass was too slow and behind Denny Tuert, and Minnesota the other way. Here's Willie Morgan now. He's a natural winger. Here's Willie with Werner Roth. Takes him to the outside. He still has the ball. He's got Fletcher there, but Iarushi knocked it over the goal line. Corner kick for Minnesota. Willie Morgan showed you some flashes there. Santiago Formoso now. And Jeff Barnett, what a game he's played.
All the things that Minnesota is doing correctly are the things that Cosmos normally do, and by that I mean the counterattack. Minnesota is just really getting back very well.
Well, and the Cosmos are setting it up because the Cosmos are attacking so much and sending so many people forward. You see the front of the net now, it's going to be congested. And here's the corner, and it's headed in. Is it going to count? I don't think it's not going to count.
No goal.
I think they had one of the Minnesota players ran into the goalkeeper. No goal. One of the Minnesota players ran into the goalkeeper. Now let's watch the corner. Let's see who did it. Now here it comes in front. The player in the middle there, and I believe that was Litt, the big center back, who got in and fouled. He looked like he fouled Iarushi and the goalkeeper.
Number 5, Litt, has really played a whale of a game on the back line. We have 27-13 to play in the match. Minnesota leading the Cosmos by the score of 2-1. You are watching Cosmos Soccer.
Coming on the attack, it's still a 2-1 game. Cosmos too casual clearing. Willie looking for the cross, but here's Morgan with it outside the box. He's got some room, but it was deflected by Iarushi, and it went over the sideline, and they're going to give it to the Cosmos. Iarushi hit it last.
Eddie Fermani in the middle of the Cosmos bench. You have seen 2 great coaches tonight in addition to 2 great teams. Eddie Fermani is the winningest NASL coach in terms of percentage of all time, obviously amongst active coaches, a .760 winning percentage, and Freddie Goodwin of Minnesota is 3rd amongst all-time NASL coaches with a winning percentage of .598.
All right, Cosmos attacking. Now Stevie Hunt plays it over on the left side. Dennis Tuert operating there. Let's see what Tuert does. And Fletcher wins it this time. Fletcher got it that time. You know who's won the most games of any coach in the NASL?
Ronnie Newman.
Ronnie Newman, and that's our next televised game from Fort Lauderdale. Newman, who coaches now the Strikers, coached the Dallas Tornado. Actually started in the North American Soccer League as a player with Atlanta, and he was coached by Phil Woosnam, commissioner of the NASL. All right, Cosmos break it up. Bogey's pass is intercepted by Ace. Now this could be dangerous. They have Fletcher and Willie in there. Now Fletcher wide on the right. Formoso comes to play him. Formoso deflected it. All right, Garber with the ball now. 2-1 Minnesota on top. 24-17 to play in the game. As I said, 2-1 is a familiar score. These clubs have played twice. Cosmos have won both times 2-1 here in 1976 in front of 46,100. And then in a shootout last year at Giant Stadium 2-1. I'll never forget that because Tony Field was fouled coming in on the 5th shootout kick with a tie, and then he took a penalty shot, and the Cosmos won it 2-1.
We've been talking all game about the similarity between these 2 clubs. Similarity also in promotions. Outside in the parking lot before the game, there were tailgate parties, second only to Cosmos country at Giant Stadium. And speaking of that, if you'd like to arrange an outing for your business, social, or sports group at a Cosmos home game, call 212-265-7315. Ask for group sales.
Willie with the trap.
Charlie George had it stolen away. Now Tuert to Franz. See how Franz gets rid of it. Doesn't force it. One time the pass. No unnecessary dribble. Iarushi now. Alec Merrick comes to take him. Iarushi now. Merrick all over him. They'll go outside to Santiago Formoso. Santiago stops it, go to Franz. Franz has a little bit of room. He comes to Tourt. He's got an angle. Goal! Dennis Tourt, great pass, Beckenbauer, and Dennis Tourt, a tough angle, but he slotted it home. And what a goal to tie the game at 2. Watch this. Santiago get it to Franz, who had some room. And then Franz, brilliant pass. Look at this. Look at this pass. And now Tourt, here's the goalkeeper out. Denny Tourt hits it right under him. And the Cosmos have tied the game at 2 from Minnesota. Cosmos 2, the Kicks 2. You're watching Cosmos Soccer. Game time remaining, 21:04 in the game. And here's the goal scorer, Denny Tourt at the 35 of Minnesota. Here's Tourt to Bogey. Back to Tourt. Oh, that was almost brilliant. Tourt looking for the return pass from Bogey, and now watch Minnesota coming the other way. And into Willie. Oh, good play by Santi, and a great save. Great save that time by Brand. He came out and made a brilliant save. All right, here's the tying goal. Let's look at it again from the ground level. Here's Franz. There's the great pass. Now there's Tourt. That's what the goalkeeper saw, and he hit it right between his legs.
No, what's interesting about that goal, Minnesota made a gigantic mistake. They left Beckenbauer unmarked and gave him space. You don't do that
They gave him room. Here's Alberto. Carlos, goal! Carlos Alberto, his first goal with the Cosmos. Oh, doctor, and the Cosmos have gone up 3-2. Howard, look at this. Tourt, a great pass to Carlos. Now watch him take this beautifully. No rush. Look at him. Now he just hits it off his chest. Cool. He gets by the goalkeeper. No rush here. And now he taps it in the goal. That's his first goal with the Cosmos. It might be a very important one. From Bloomington now, the Cosmos 3, the Kicks 2. You're watching for the top. Dennis Tourt, a marvelous shot from the outside. I cannot believe it. Look at this shot by Tourt. Hit the crossbar. Came down and out. Now Giorgio tried to follow it up and knocked it over the top. Howard?
Tough to see from this angle, Jim. That was Giorgio's shot that hit the bar. It was Bogey in front of the cage that tried to follow the reverse bicycle, and it went too far.
Incredible. Well, we thought we saw everything we could see in the first half, but can you believe the second half, especially if you're a Cosmos fan, has been even more exciting. 17:53 on the clock. The Cosmos lead 3-2. And easily the best game of the year. And I'm talking about both clubs. The Cosmos have blown some people out and look great, but what a great game back and forth.
This game belongs in the World Cup. I'm serious.
I've not seen a game in the World Cup that matches this.
Oh, you're right.
By the way, they resume tomorrow. They're down to 8 teams. Right now, we're in Bloomington, Minnesota. Then there are 2 teams, maybe the best in the North American Soccer League, Cosmos Kicks. Here come the Cosmos again. Stevie Hunt with the ball. Bogey in for Giorgio. Cleared nicely by Lick. Formoso watches it go over the far side. All right, I was wrong. That wasn't Tourt. That was Giorgio. And look at this shot by Giorgio. Giorgio hit the post. Came right down, and Bogey on the scissors kick hit it over the top. So it was Quinaglia that took that great shot from the outside. What a tremendous game. And what about those replays? Incredible. Rogers swing, a big pat on the back. Tremendous replays. Like the song says, nobody does it better. All right, outside, the Cosmos with that short passing now. 16-30. It's going to be interesting to see how the Cosmos play it from here on in, but they've been attacking. Cosmos lose at that time. You would wonder whether the Cosmos would go into the defensive shell, but since they got the goal, they almost scored again, Howard.
Minnesota has drawn 46,370 to this game tonight with the Cosmos. 46,370. What a crowd.
That's about 200 people more than the last time we played here. And you know, it was the same kind of game. It was a 1-1 game until late, and the Cosmos, I believe it was Tony Fields, scored the goal and won it. Here are the Cosmos in their own area.
That play was broken up.
Now Minnesota is going to be a heck of a lot more aggressive because they're down. They're going to forget about defensive tactics, and maybe that wasn't a good move, playing a little too defensively. You don't do that against the Cosmos with 30 minutes to go in the game. By with the ball. Here's Alan Merrick now. They give him some room. Merrick penetrating nicely. Fletcher had it knocked away. Good play that time by Formoso. Stevie Hunt sliding. He lost the ball though. Good play by Morgan. Minnesota with 15-28. Here's the shot that's deflected over the goal line, and now the dangerous corner kick comes up. Now in front of the net, Howard, you see the number 9, that's Willie. You're going to have Litt in there. 11 is Nessolenke. You're going to have some big guys that can jump. And if you don't think this is tense, take a look at that face. Of course, you can say a lot of things about that face. I'm tense looking at that face. All right, corner kick headed out by Captain Werner Roth. What a play by Werner Roth.
21.
Minnesota with the ball, though.
To George.
Charlie George playing it outside here. Tim Twellman. 14:50 to play in the game. Alan Merrick. Here's the shot inside, the pass, and it went over the goal line, and the official says it's a goal kick. Willie hit it last. Jack Brand trying to hold on. His second start with the Cosmos from Bloomington, Minnesota. The Cosmos 3, the Kicks 2. You're watching Cosmos side 2 while we were away. 13 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the game. The Cosmos in their own zone now with Terry Garbett. Cosmos with 2 second-half goals. They trailed 2-1 at the half. Alberto scored the go-ahead goal. Here's Franz with room. Here's Franz getting around. Beckenbauer, what a save. What a save by Barnett. I know you're getting sick of me saying that, but there have been some sensational saves tonight.
You see that shot that Franz took? He took that with his right foot, which has to confuse the keeper.
The outside of his right foot, too. And Barnett went down and made the great save. A foul on Bogicevic at the midfield line. So Minnesota, still keep calling him Bogicevic. Bogey. All right, here's Minnesota now, looking for the tying goal. William Morgan. Cosmos are going to have to hitch up their belt defensively. Hunt tackled the ball. And the linesman was going to give it to Minnesota, but the referee saw it correctly. It hit the Minnesota player last. The fans are booing, but the call was a good one. They're booing because the linesman initially went the other way. Now the referee calls time. He stopped the clock.
Coming over to take the
Now the Cosmos' next home game is June the 18th against the Washington Diplomats this Sunday, Father's Day. Free Cosmos buttons will be passed out to the first 15,000 youngsters. Prior to the game, the championship of the Cosmopolitan League will be held between the Brooklyn Italians and the Pan Cyprians. This contest will start at 12 o'clock noon this coming Sunday.
And they play good soccer, let me tell you. You're going to see some doubleheader out there. All right, here's Minnesota again. 11:50 to go in the game. Jim Carvelis and Howard David, Bloomington, Minnesota. The most exciting game we've televised, I think, in 3 years.
No doubt.
Stevie Hunt to Bogey to Franz, and the Cosmos coming out. Beckenbauer, 2 people on him. So easy. Garbett. Denny Tuort, what a game he played. He got the tying goal tonight. He's got a goal and an assist. Yarushi to Bogey, chests it over toward Werner Roth. It's broken up by Alan Willie. 11:15 to go in the game. Here's Twellman at the Cosmos, 35, and Nessolenke. Watch him. Alberto comes out and knocks it down. You see Carlos race out there to take him down. Knock the shot down. Now Willie Morgan with Stevie Hunt. Everyone playing defense now. Here's the cross headed away nicely by Yarushi. Tuort over to Werner Roth. What a game the captains played tonight. For Yarushi. Merrick broke it up. What a game he's played. They've all played beautifully. You pick out one player here tonight that hasn't played well. I dare you to do it. This is the way this game was supposed to be played, Howard.
I'll tell you one player who really excited the crowd 2 years ago, and that was Pelé. And by the way, I'd like to congratulate Pelé and his wife Rose and Nelsie Moraes and his wife Sandra on the birth of their little girls this past week.
I watched the Cosmos. They're dangerous again. There's Bogey. Bogey to Giorgi. Giorgio in the box. He's going to cross. Santiago, goal! No, he missed!
You know, I don't fault you for calling goal because I thought that was in the back of the net. It looked so obvious.
I want to apologize to the audience, but I'm sorry. That looked like it was in the net. There's Giorgio. Great work by Giorgio. Santi, the ball was kicked. That's what threw Santi off, and now he turned and just couldn't get through it. All right, still 3-2. I'm sorry. I may have given some people some heart attacks out there. I know Jeff Barnett almost had a heart attack, and 46,300 people. 9:35 to play in the game. Cosmos up 3-2. Boy, would a fourth goal look good here for the Cosmos. All right, here's the shot wide. From Bloomington, Minnesota, Cosmos 3, the Kicks 2. You're watching Cosmos Soccer.
Vito Dmitrievich loosening up, getting ready perhaps to come in. We have 8:45 to go in the match. Cosmos lead at 3-2.
Wide ball in the area now. The Cosmos trying to get it up.
Southampton Princess Resort, official trading headquarters of the Cosmos in Bermuda, invite you to do the same thing the Cosmos did. Let's fall in love with a Princess Hotel. We have 8:15 to go in the match. Cosmos lead it by the score of 3-2. Chico Hamilton is in the game in place of Ron Futcher. Chico Hamilton, wearing number 15, moves in at forward in place of Futcher, who had a brilliant first half. Did not seem to be much of a factor in the second half. We'll be picking the Schaefer Most Valuable Player of the game at the conclusion of this telecast.
What a kick by Brand. It's a shank. Yarushi helping win that ball for the Cosmos. Here comes Bogey. Here's Stevie Hunt. Here's his chip in front. Kinaya hit the side of the goal. So the Cosmos again attacking with 7.5 minutes to go. Someone once said, I think it was Red Auerbach, or someone as prolific as Red, the best defense is a good offense.
I don't think he's got the corner on that saying.
No.
Many people have said.
Although I really do look for Beckenbauer to start retreating into more or less a front sweeper position. He's going to be playing more defense now. 7:07. You didn't see him down that time. These fans really talking it up. What a great crowd. What a great night for soccer. 46,300. Great play by Werner Roth, and Bogey cleared it, and Giorgio's there. Giorgio to Denny Tuert. Pressure Minnesota defense, got it back. Beckenbauer broke it up. Beckenbauer and Werner Roth. See, Beckenbauer is moving into more of a defensive position. I'm going to watch him this time now and see how much he penetrates. I watch the Cosmos now. Beckenbauer's at the 35. And now to Yarushi. Cosmos with 6:19. Terry Garbett. Back to Franz. Nice play, Nesselenke. He came on the blind side. Franz never saw him. Chico Hamilton, the new man. He's a tricky winger. Sheffield United. Formoso made the play. Santi's played quite a game. All right, Nesselenke. Watch Minnesota now. They're tough. Oh, Jack Brand tipped it over the top. What a save by Brand. Nesselenke bombed the shot. That would have gone, Howard. Brand tipped it over the top.
No doubt. Jackie Brand just adding to the collection of sensational saves by both keepers tonight.
All right, here comes the corner kick. Fans making a lot of noise with 5.5 minutes to go. And the shot went wide. And they're going to call corner kick again. That was last touch, they said, by Alberto. Carlos can't believe it. Another corner kick coming up with 5:11. Listen to this crowd. Here it comes again. This one a little further out. Headed and finally cleared by Franz to Tuert. Tuert got it off to Roth, but they won't get this one over the sideline. Twellman puts it in play right away. We're under 5 minutes in the game. Here's Alan Merrick to Ace. Nesselenke, great move. And Werner Roth fouls him. They're going to call a foul against the Cosmos, and Werner Roth didn't like that call. And they're stopping the clock again.
I'd like to know why.
All right, here's Ace, great move. Now Werner Roth comes in, and it looks like he picked the ball off. All right, in any event, referee says free kick. Cosmos will set up the wall. At 7 is Willie Morgan. Willie is there, he can bomb it. So is Charlie George, he can bomb it. 4:30, they still stop the clock. When are they going to start it again? This is ridiculous. It's like a basketball game. Brand made the save, and that's a tough save off that infield, Howard. Bouncing into Jack Brand. Boy, watch this shot. Minnesota knows what they're doing. They'll bang it off that infield. There it comes. And Brand just huddled up and smothered it. From Bloomington, the Cosmos up 3-2. You're watching Cosmos soccer. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see the greatest goal I've seen this year, and I've seen some good ones. The Cosmos have scored, and watch this. Now you're doing a lot of work. He finally gets the ball off to Beckenbauer, and now you watch this. Beckenbauer to the outside. Look at this. Look where he puts his ball.
That was amazing.
What a goal by Franz Beckenbauer.
Absolutely amazing. They say that he is the best in the world at what he does, and there is true testimonial. 3:22 remaining in the match. Cosmos lead it now 4-2.
All right, well, that's worth seeing again at some point, and we're going to show it to you from the ground level in just a while. Right now, let's pick up the action. Time remaining 3:14. The Cosmos have scored 3 in the second half. They lead 4-2. Here's the block. Stevie Hunt went down holding his back over there. Hunt's shaken up, and he gets up right away. There's Stevie holding his back. Hunt's played a lot of defense in the second half. Here's the corner kick, headed high in the air and over the goal. So the Cosmos will get a goal kick. Sensational goal. Giorgio had a lot to do with this, Howard. He really worked. He had 2 men on him. He lost the ball here. Now he gets it back. And watch him. And now he gets it to Franz. And here comes Franz in the box. And off this angle, look, he only had it 2 yards off the line. He hit it over the goalkeeper and up in the upper corner of the net.
I'll tell you what was good. You pointed out Giorgio and how important he was to that last sequence. He played Chico Hamilton off with just pure strength.
No doubt. 14-15 to play in the game. The Cosmos lead Minnesota 4-2. Now here's Litt to Ace Nesselenke. Ace gets some room. Shot wide. Boy, he's dangerous. Time ticking off, and now unofficially, it's 2 minutes to go. I say unofficially because this referee has been stopping the clock in the second half, like it was a pro football game or a basketball game.
Today's Schaefer Beer Most Valuable Player is Carlos Alberto with 9 points. Dennis Stewart gets 6. Roth, Hunt, and Brand each with 1. At the end of the season, Schaefer will present the leading point holder with a portrait of himself by the famed artist Leroy Neiman. So far, Giorgio Chinaglia is leading in the team standings, but we've got a long way to go.
All right, we've got a minute 30 to go in this game, unofficially. Here comes Big Steve Litt. Good move around Carlos, but it's broken up by Franz. Now broken up by Santiago. Stevie Hunt with the ball. A minute 23 to play in the game. Cosmos, a tremendous effort here tonight. Give Minnesota a lot of credit as well. But the Cosmos, after playing badly at home last Sunday and being booed, have come out here tonight and played the game of the year. Here's the Yarushi, and they're still attacking. Vinny Tuert with a minute